Hey RV family, keep it high, keep it tight. My name is Jay Morris, the Review Guy, reviewing music for the love of music, and I'm back again to bring you another video. And in this one, I'm going to be covering the re-released Saor record, remixed and remastered Guardians. Saor, the one-man Blackened folk metal project that almost stole my album of the year in 2019 with Forgotten Paths. A project I have had such an obsession with ever since I discovered it back in 2019 alongside Forgotten Paths and proceeded to binge the past material like a Netflix show. Last year, he remastered Aura, which was his 2014 album, and this year he remastered Guardians, his 2016 album. But this is not just solely a remix. This is a remastering. And Guardians by itself is a fucking phenomenal record, one that I highly suggest for anyone that wants to hear a black and folk metal record done right. It's seriously one of the most harrowing projects I have heard in this genre, but this remix and remastered version just takes it to a whole new peak of beauty. The ability that Saor has to breathe these vivid vignettes of just beautiful orchestrated folk instrumentation sitting shoulder to shoulder with harsh black metal blast beats and vocals, I rarely hear that done. Or at least I rarely hear it done to this effect. There's a lot of cheesy and corny and cringy bands that attempt to perfect this formula but can't. This version had me gripped for an hour's worth. Even after Forgotten Paths, still, I hold the sentiment that I am so impressed by how Saor is able to just transition and blend harsh and beautiful in a way that is so melodic, so harmonious, and yet so brittle and hopeless at the same time. Simultaneously giving off the aesthetic and giving off the vibe of a frigid, cold, wintry night in some dark forest out in the middle of nowhere with odd sounds in the distance and a shimmering golden pool of beautiful water with like a rainbow hanging overhead. To say that Saor's material is epic here is an understatement. I guess the thing that sets it apart that I enjoy is the careful detail to the folk tradition. So many black metal bands that incorporate folk will think that just throwing in a violin, throwing in a cello, throwing in a flute at some random interval for some breakdown around like 20 seconds long or something along those lines, or just having like a harp played or a female vocalist pop in. And you guys know what I'm talking about. There's so many bands that just incorporate everything I've said and think that that instantly will mean that they do folk well. But the range and the palette of instruments here, how they blend in, how they pop in, when they exit, when they swap in and out with the black metal, that's proper. What he is able to conjure up on this remix is fantastic. It's breathtaking. It's something that I don't want to spoil dissecting each track because they're so long. There's so many moving parts. All I can say is check this out for a beautifully melodic and beautifully assembled remastering of a record that was already great on its own but taken to a new level with a wonderful production backing it, fantastic songwriting, and one of the best projects for blending black and folk metal that I have heard. This is without a doubt going to be a record that I go back to a lot. And considering he continues to remaster his projects, I cannot wait to see new material from him in the future. This is an odyssey that I am happy to have embarked on, a little best kept secret in the underground that a lot of people will never hear, but more definitely should. I'm going to be giving this album an 8 out of 10. And that is a wrap. Have you heard this new Saor remix and remaster of Guardians? If you have, let me know in the comment section below what you thought about it. I would love to discuss this record with you. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to join the review family today, and smash that notification bell to be notified of my future uploads. You know who it is. My name is Jay Morris, the Review Guy, and I'm signing off saying farewell.